Hello.
Hey everyone. Hi Dawn.
Hey, Bonnie.
How are
Bonnie,
you today?
I'm great. And you know what? It's very exciting is this is our third of like a little series of, even though we've done 10 of these, Consultant Confident, this one I like the most because we've talked about the opening of a class, we talked about the body, but this is closing. And this closing is where when you are with not like an individual facial, because we close then too, but when you're at a party or a class or a experience, whatever you want to call them, this is where you find out a lot of information about your guests. Would you not agree?
Oh yeah. Yes.
hmm So, um, so there are two things we're going to be teaching today. We're going to be teaching like the pre-close or the table close, where you show them the sets, and then we're going to also um, we're going to do it where we um, then do the individual close. And Bonnie, growing up, um, we also learned that after you did the opening and then you did the um,
Skincare.
body,
Mhm.
before you went to the glamour, you kind
Mhm.
of just said, let's, like your skin, doesn't it feel good? And we would pretty much say that the skincare could be purchased as a basic, it could be purchased as like the set, or it could be purchased as the deluxe set. So we did like a pre-close. Do
Mhm.
you remember
You know what?
that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love doing that. And I still do that. I love that because in my mind, if something is feeling this good, like if I've never tried Mary Kay,
Yes.
feeling so good and I like love it, but I'm already talking myself like out of it because I think it's going to be out of my price range. Like it's going to be
Correct.
too expensive. So if somebody tells me this is how much, this is
Yes.
what it is, and the whole rest of the time I'm kind of like would be convincing myself like, you know what, that is really a good deal. And I
Yes.
probably I probably would like that.
Yes.
So I love to do that right after I get done with skincare, just like Dawn said,
Yep.
before I go on to glamour. I just do a quick little table close there.
Yes. And you might not even tell them the prices then, but you might say you can buy just a basic, you can buy the set, or you can buy the miracle set, the advanced miracle set. So at least they're thinking this is your skincare. And could you imagine if your face feels this great today? Think about how it's going to feel when you bring it home or when you have it at your house. Well,
Mhm.
how it's going to feel in 2 days, 2 weeks, and in 2 months. So, and one of the beauties of when we're doing these virtual parties are that usually we're just doing skincare and then we stop. So we don't have that layer of, okay, let's do a little CC cream and a little bit of color and then close again. And then we talk to the people. So even right now, if I'm doing classes, I really try to say, if you guys aren't going anywhere, you might just want to stop now. And then at your second appointment, we can do glamour. So,
Right.
mhm. So Bonnie, let's say we've done the body of the clothes, we've shown the skincare, we've done a little bit of glamour, and now you're going to present the sets. So you've given that everybody at the table the um, the placemat that we kind of use for closing, and you have them turn it over because that way they'll see the prices. Then, what do you say to romance the basic, the 3D miracle set, and then the ultimate miracle set?
Well, do you want me to talk about how I would close that?
Yes, and maybe should we talk about the dream outfit?
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I do is I will have the whole, like, let's just say we're using the miracle set, the microdermabrasion,
Mhm.
and the yeah, that little set.
Yeah.
And I would talk about, I have them all there. And then I would say, okay, I'm going to just go through this with you guys.
Mhm.
I want to take you into your closet for a minute.
Yes.
And I know some of you can't see the floor. Some of you are going, "Oh my gosh, I still have my winter clothes in there and
Mhm.
it's the middle
Mhm.
of summer." Some of you are like, there's shoes everywhere,
Mhm.
whatever it is. But I want to take you into your closet for a minute. So I want you to close your eyes. Okay, everybody. And then you just go, everybody close your eyes because I can see that they're open. Okay. Now I want you to think about if you had to go in there and you had to pick out your perfect outfit, something you look
Mhm.
great in.
Yep.
Like, that if you were going to see somebody go to a party, maybe it's something you wore to a wedding, maybe it's whatever, something you look stellar. Okay. Now, you don't have to tell me how much that outfit is, but think in your mind how much that was. And it might be jeans and a sweater, it might be a fancy dress, whatever it is. Think about what that outfit is. Think about how much that costs. Now I want you to think about all the things you put with that to be the perfect outfit. Special lingerie, jewelry, a handbag, shoes, whatever you put with that to make it.
Clothes, you know. Mhm.
Okay. Now add that all up. I'll give you a minute. Anybody need a calculator? Kind of joke around. Okay. Add that up.
Mhm.
It in your mind? Okay.
Mhm.
Then I have them open their eyes.
Yes.
Then I'll say, would you say that outfit was so the basic, like if you just got a cleanser and a day cream is 60. I'll
Mhm.
say, I'll hold that there and I would say, would you say that was about 60?
Mhm.
And they go higher,
Higher. Yep.
higher. Would you say it's more like 120? And they're going, usually people are like, oh no, higher, higher.
Mhm.
Or would you say it's more like, what is the price of the ultimate?
178.
178. And some people are like, yeah, I wish it was that. It was even more.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. And then I kind of go around the table, or if there's a group, how often do you get to wear that outfit?
Christmas time.
Christmas time. You wore it on your
Yep.
wedding. Okay. I hope you
Yep.
don't have to wear that a whole bunch.
Yep.
You just go around.
Mhm.
And and how often do you get to wear that? Okay.
Mhm.
And let me ask you this. How often are you wearing your face? Like your skin every day, right? Wouldn't you agree? Doesn't it make sense to take some care of something that you wear every day?
Could you see the value? Can you get excited about? Could
These
you
are the
see the
questions.
benefit? You know, aren't you glad that you can have the products in your house to make your face feel that good?
Yeah. Thank you, Dawn. She has this going. Oh yeah. Um, yeah. So that's what I do. And I'll say, and then I might even follow up and say, if you saw somebody from your class or a friend from years ago, somebody you used to work with, whatever, and they had on this great pair of shoes, and you're like, oh my gosh, killer shoes. They're really
Yes.
wow.
Mhm.
But her face didn't look so good. Like she really didn't take care of her skin. She maybe is a little bit wrinkled, a little aged. After you left there, would you remember that she had this great pair of shoes on?
Yeah.
Or would you remember
Remember this.
this?
Mhm. Yep.
So, and I have to just following up with that, I have had appointments like long ago where it was a group who was like, I don't have anything in my closet. I don't want to. And I'll go, okay, let's go underneath the kitchen sink. Okay. Like, what do you use to clean this? What do you use to clean
Yep.
this? What do you use to
Yep.
clean this? And add it up. And it adds up to be a lot. And it's taking care of the floor or appliances. It's not taking care of something like your face. So sometimes I might revamp it a little bit that way.
Mhm. Yep.
Anything you want to add to that, Dawn?
No, that's exactly um, that's exactly what I would do.
Mhm,
And I just think it's really important just to romance those 3 sets. And
mhm.
usually, I show the most cost-effective one, then the middle, and then the highest one, and they're usually gonna pick the one in the middle. That's usually, um, the middle one or the last one because that's what's registered in their brain.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I am sometimes I've done, and there's different ways that you can do it, but sometimes I've done where I've had it all out and I take it away, you know,
Mhm.
and I take it away and I take away the microdermabrasion and then I take away this.
Mhm.
And they're like, no, I
Yes.
need that eye cream. No, I need that with
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So sometimes that takeaway thing, I
Yes.
taught this at a restaurant to consultants with ketchup and
Yes.
mustard bottles, and you take away, and they're like, no, I want that. You can't take it away.
And the nicest thing about as a business owner being able to have inventory is at least if you're going to go to an appointment, at least bring the skincare for people. When we're going to be talking about pre-profiling coming up, but bring the skincare sets and the advanced miracle sets so you can put them in front of them because ownership is 10 10 things of the law. So if they don't want that, they can say, here, I don't want the microdermabrasion, but I want to keep the rest of this. So they have that and that's sitting in front of them. That's the most important. Mhm.
When I was a newer consultant and I was like just learning how to do things,
Yes. Mhm.
I remember learning about the middle set. When you were talking about the middle set,
Yes. Mhm.
whatever you feel comfortable, I would say this is our most popular set.
Yes. Mhm.
This is the one everybody has. This is
Yes.
this is the one that Mary Kay is like known to get results for. And you can say that about any of them, but I found that if you offer those three and you say this is our most popular set, people.
And Bonnie, I will say it also has to do with the consultant's confident level. Okay, so this is consultant confident. If you ask me, one of the reasons why, you know, I build good customers. I want that. I assume they're going to go on a skincare, and I assume in most cases they're going to do like a microdermabrasion, or they might do a glamour compact. So that's what I'm assuming. So I mean, you know, I might show them a few other little sets. These are some of my favorite fun things, but you know, basically we want them on skincare.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yes. And then I usually ask the hostess for a place where we can go so we can sit down like on a couch and at eye level, just, you know, talk and away from the table. You don't want to do a close at the table because let's say she doesn't get paid till Friday. She doesn't want her friend to know that she doesn't have any cash till Friday. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think if you remember back to when we talked about the opening and we said there's three parts. The first part is the skincare, and that's the part we feel most important.
Yes.
Second part is a glamour. We're going to do something quick and simple. You can throw on, run out the door, look great. And then the third part, I'm going to talk with each of you individually. So when you set that up at the beginning that way, they know that that's
Yes.
coming. So they're not going to say, you're going to take me where?
There.
We're
Yes.
doing what?
And then the next thing is, then I would usually just say something like, Susie Q, did you say you had to run out? Let's go chat first. You know, or you pick the one who's the most fun.
Most excited about the product because she'll
Yes.
come out with products and she'll be excited
Yes.
and she'll
Yes.
have
Exactly.
and yeah.
So
Yes.
then, Bonnie, let's say we are in the family room of this house. Do you want to be the guest or do you want me to be the guest?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll be the guest.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Bonnie, did you fun tonight?
You know what, Don? I had a great time. I had a great time. I needed that. It was a good night. Fun time.
And you know, Bonnie, I'm just thank you for coming. It's been such a long time since we've been able to pamper people in person, and I'm just glad that you had fun. But the second thing I want to know, what is how does your face feel?
You know what? I love the way my face feels. I love the way it feels. It's really light.
And then, so Bonnie, what is your when we were doing the skincare set? What's your favorite part?
Oh, I always love cleansing. That's my favorite usually. I mean, I know moisturizing is important in eye cream, but I just love to cleanse.
Well, and you know what? What's really nice is that we have different cleansers. So um, we're going to find one that works for you just the most wonderful. So you know your situation better than I do. What set, you know, can't you live without, and what do you want to take home this evening?
Well, I'll take that. I'll take that miracle set. I think that's what I want to do.
Awesome. And remember, we one combination oily skin, one with the purple stripe on the back.
Yes. You know what? You were breaking up. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to confirm that we got you the right set. So you want the one
Oh,
with
yes.
the combination oily skin. All right.
Yeah.
And then do you remember when we did that microdermabrasion and the pore minimizer on half your face? What about that set tonight, Bonnie?
Well, I really liked it. Maybe I'll get that next time.
Okay. Okay. And then you had liked that eye primer to keep your eyeshadow
on. Can we write that down for next time too?
Yes. Yes. Okay, Bonnie, is there anything else you'd like on your wish list?
On my wish list. How about Circle the Book? These are
Okay.
great products.
Well, then Bonnie, then this is going to be easy. Remember, I told you, that you were going to have a second appointment with me, and you have this item on your wish list, and you have a few other. If you share your appointment with 2 or 3 friends, you can get these items either free or half price. Would that be something you'd like to do at your checkup facial?
Oh, yes. I'm all about free. I
Awesome.
clip those
Awesome.
coupons and yeah. Mhm.
So, is a Tuesday night like tonight good for you?
I think so. I think that would be great.
Good. Do you want to try for next Tuesday night or the week after?
I think the week after would be better.
Got it. And what I'm going to do, Bonnie, is I'm going to give you like 48 hours or so, and I'm going to reach out to you to get your guest list so that just like I did with you, I pre-profile them. And that way they know about the event and I can help get some information about them and what they want to learn. That be okay?
Yep, that
Okay.
sounds great.
Here's my hostess pack. Okay, great. And then Bonnie, you were a sparkler tonight. Could you could you just stay around for a few minutes? I like to give people like I have this little basket full of little items here. You can select one of these items. I would just like to give you a little bit of information about Mary Kay. I don't think this is something you'd ever consider, but I would love for you to be a talent scout for me. Could you just stick around tonight to listen a little bit?
And I get something out of that basket?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Great. All right. So you can go back to the table and can you send Marsha in next?
Okay.
Okay.
With her card.
Yes. And then did you want so I had written up her order and stuff like that, and she gave me a check for it, and we're all okay with that. So
That's
So,
good.
yes.
That's good. One thing that I like to do is when we talk about, Dawn had mentioned sets. And I was just talking about this with my team this week.
Mhm.
When you go to any kind of party, like you're invited to a party, you
Mhm.
probably go with in your mind that you're going to buy 2 items, or you're going to buy 3 things, or you're going to buy something, right?
Mhm.
So if you didn't go there thinking I'm going to buy 25 items.
No.
So
No.
that's why the value of a set is,
Yes.
because it's like, if I got the microdermabrasion and I got
Yes.
the ultimate or the miracle set, that's 2 items in my mind.
Yes. Exactly. And
Just like a compact is 1 item. It's
yes.
not 6 eyeshadows, a blush, and
No, and that's one of the best things about it is, and the eye buys, it's easier for the customer to rationalize or just say, I'd like this set. And then when you're doing that, you can pick out the items. So, and sometimes if you're really busy, you can just say, would you like to pick out those items now, or should I call you later? Whatever. But I mean, really, I mean, it's just a phenomenal, the way the things are packaged. They can just go, I would like this set, I would like this set, I would like this glamour package. So it's very easy. Mhm. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And Bonnie, really, I mean, seriously, this is what I like the most. And as consultants, if you know what you have coming up, if you have a Monday night, or using the model makeover contest to romance, if she's a glamour girl, if you know that we have an upcoming in-person fashion show to invite for the marketing, it's just knowing when you have your events and having your calendar marked off as to when you want to work. So that way you can pick out, is Tuesday night better for you or Saturday morning? Would you like to come to my house? Things like that. Yes.
Perfect. Thought of something I was going to add. Oh, shoot.
Bonnie, and okay. Bonnie, what happens if you what happens if somebody says that they, and if our intention is to sell skincare sets and somebody says, I just want to purchase this lipstick. And you knew she loved, like she really talked about liking the basic skincare or the 3D miracle set. How would you probe to find out why she's not purchasing it? Would you ask a question like, do you have products at home that you're using up? Would you say something like that?
I would. Sometimes, it's kind of funny because we've learned,
Mhm.
and first of all, this is what I was going to say before. You are going to a party. This person is going to a party. She's coming to your party. She already knows you're going to ask if she wants something.
Mhm.
So I think that should take the fear out of like asking
Yes.
questions and closing,
Mhm.
because I think it's really scary. I remember the first time I was like, oh my gosh. And I was saying the right things and I got the right answers, but it made me really nervous. So,
Yes.
and the more you do, the more confident you will become. So
Yes.
when we talk about, like when I have somebody come in, I might say something like, so what'd you decide to get started with, Dawn? The ultimate miracle set, the miracle set, or just the basics?
Yep.
And then you be quiet and you don't say anything. Let her think, let her talk next. That's really important. Because sometimes we stick things in that she's not even thinking. So just ask her that question, or what do you want to take home? And then we're quiet.
Yep. And then when you're
So
with her, in person, she might just say, "Well, I don't get paid till Friday." And then you could say, "That's totally fine."
Yeah.
I mean, just,
Yeah.
I'll get it to you and then we can just process your payment on Friday, or half on Friday, half in 2 weeks. I mean, it's whatever is going to get her to be a customer. And the other thing is sometimes she'll say, "Well, I just bought my Clinique cleanser and day cream." And so then I'll say to her, "How long does that last?" And she'll say something like, "It will last me, um, you know, 7 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks." And I'm like, "Then can I reach out to you in 6 weeks and we'll just make sure that we can get your order going then?" And she goes, "That would be great." So at least you're honoring that she wants to be your customer, but heck, I mean, she just
You
repurchases
just
our
bought it.
product.
Right. Dawn, in going back to answering your question. So we've been taught that you ask those questions and then we're quiet, right?
Yes.
So all of a sudden somebody might come in and they might go like, oh my gosh, I have got to have this lipstick. I want this lipstick.
Mhm.
And I remember as a newer consultant thinking, that's not the way this goes. First I ask you the questions,
Mhm.
teasing. So I'll go, that is great. Let me write that down. Oh my gosh, Downtown Brown, you're gonna love having this color. And then I go back to the questions again and I'll say, so you got Downtown Brown out of it's written down. Then I'll say, so Dawn, what did you decide to get started with today? The ultimate miracle set,
Yep.
the miracle set, or just the
Yep.
basics?
Yep.
And then hear what she says. And then if she says, no, I'm just going to go with the lipstick, I might say, did you like the way your skin felt? Is it something that you could see yourself using in the future? And that's when you hear that she just bought things, or that's
Yes.
when you hear that she's out of money right now.
Yes.
That's when you can figure out a way for her to get it. So
That's where
go back
that's
to
maybe when you say, "Well, if you're my hostess with me and maybe you are an outside hostess and we do a party, let's work together to get you those items free." Or even saying to them, maybe you should consider listening to the career opportunity. I mean, there are many different things that you can come up, but it's just building those relationships with those people that you ask the questions. Mhm. Yep.
And it really is, they say walking in somebody else's shoes.
Mhm.
It really is
Yep.
like putting on her shoes, her life,
Yep.
what it's all about,
Yep.
and figuring out what the best way is for her.
Yep, and I understand how you feel. I felt that way, and I found that together we can find a solution for you. And it's really, I mean, yeah, and it's really, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that's why we're supposed to listen more than we. So, mhm, yes. And Bonnie, I think what you said before, it's the more you do, the better you're going to get at this. And so really what you need to do is get out there and see a face. And you do the same closing with one person as you do with 3. It's just you're doing it individually. Mhm.
And you really just have to be willing to learn, because
Yes.
I remember in this very office when I was a newer consultant, and I was like, my kids were, running around, they were at home, and they'd hear me on the phone or something, and I'd ask a question. I go, and then I get off the phone and I go, that sounded really bad. Or that wasn't exactly the way I meant it to
Yes.
sound. And that's how you learn. You just,
Oh my
you know
gosh,
what?
it's how you
Just
learn.
laugh at yourself and say, oh my gosh, that
Yes.
wasn't really the way it was supposed to come
Yes.
out.
And then there are times, Bonnie, where maybe closing at an appointment, isn't the way what you thought it was. And maybe you might have to call them back and say, you know what, last night was out of control. And I know you really talked about how much you loved it. Could I just ask you, is there any reason why we couldn't get you started on the miracle set? And then silence yourself, because she's going to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just hope that you guys, some of our words, you might be new, you might be in Mary Kay for 30 years, and you might be just thinking about going back but these are the same sales skills that we learned 30 years ago, and they haven't changed. The sets might have changed, the prices might have changed, but not a lot. So, so, all right.
Good. Well,
thank you guys.
Great talking with you
next
today.
week.
Until next week.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.